going on, everybody? My name is Terminus, and today we are here to watch Bocchi the Rock, episode 2. Yeah, I felt like it. Felt like watching Bocchi. So that's what we're gonna do, right? Yeah. New series, it's always nice, because there's new concepts to kind of get, right? There's new things to dig our heels into. There's new stuff that is being told in a new kind of way. I do like the comedy of the series. I do think it really nails some of the experiences on the head, right? Like the experiences of an introvert, the experiences of somebody who is maybe not as socially outgoing. And also this longing, right? This longing for recognition, but also maybe with the time, right? She's also become somebody who likes music. So there can be also, in addition to that, the longing to make good music and to share that with the world. So we're going right into the next episode, I would say, after a little bit of a pre-talk. I'm speeding through this. I do think that going through this, I think we should take a look at the intro and what the lyrics of the intro actually are saying. So we're gonna speed through it and see what the lyrics are saying. I like dark, damp spaces. Well, same. So I'd bury my face deep in my hood. My eyes resented the heartless world, but yearned for love. Right? We do have that. Right? We do want affection. We do want connection. We do want people who are a little bit like ourselves, right? Who we can share the things that we love with. People who admire us and who we can admire. We want to open ourselves. This is very interesting that she has her entire body looking in the other direction, and then she turns around, kind of almost shy-like. The little quirky drop from the top is also really nice. We do see that there's another side to her, and her family is actually present in her life. We do see that here as well, right there. And her little dog, I'm sure we're gonna find, we're gonna meet him as well. I like being soaked by the rain because my face looked better clouded over. Oh no, don't say that. Okay, look. If you shine bright, you're gonna shine bright. I just know it, okay? You might be looking cool if you're drenched by the rain, but there's other things that are nice as well, right? And I'm sure you look nice if you smile. I pretended to be afraid of the storm while waiting for the sky to burst, right? You it's a very interesting phrase, turn of phrase, right? You pretend you're afraid of the big thing happening, but you're waiting for it to happen in secret, right? It's this duality for Hitori, where she is like, I don't want to be the person being in the middle. I don't know if I deserve that, right? I don't know if I deserve going out there being like, hey, here I am, whatever, right? That first sentence that we had. And being like, okay, this suits me better anyway, this introvert life and whatever. But secretly hoping that maybe at some point she's gonna burst out of her shell and find something that she's really can show the world, right? And yeah, while waiting for the sky to burst. And we do have these little shots of them. Great, right? Sitting in front of the PC. No, the shot of them all over the screen. And her sitting in front, strum through the light's distortion, right? I want to make thunder roar, right? You want to be capable of that too, right? To shake people to their core. And obviously it's a musical term as well, making thunder roar. We also heard she had a metal phase in her middle school days when she requested a song and death metal was coming out of the speakers. I was like, oh no. I'm fucking dying. Holy shit. But yeah, I had a metal face too, so I can understand. Drum beyond the pain. This is a Whiplash reference, okay? This is a Whiplash reference. What can I do? This fierce pounding is out of control. The pounding of my heart, right? The pounding of the drum, the pounding of my heart, the anxiety coming up to it, right? But also the excitement. Strum in a harmonizing quartet. And we are a quartet, at least later on, hopefully. I want to cause a revolution. I want to show the world the way I see the way I see the world, right? I want to show the world my perspective. I want to cause people to turn their heads and be like, well, this is something new. A revolution. Drum in a lamenting fort. My savage nature is beyond wild. Which, still gotta get that savage nature out there. But, I mean, if somebody has like an inclination what she means by that last one, maybe this is who she wants to be. I don't see the savage nature yet, though I'm sure she knows her fair share of savage memes. And we do have the guitar. And we see how she grows up, right? And she's like, damn, I want to be something. And she is already something, like 30,000 subs. Holy shit. But yeah. Really, really outgoing if she feels like there's nobody looking at her and judging her. At the very least directly, right? It's always a difference between like doing something live, like a live streamer or somebody going to a concert and doing a concert live, or somebody just recording a song in their own home studio and then putting it online. There's always a kind of a degree of separation because you're not being directly watched. You can just record it, and if you think it's absolutely terrible, you can throw it away. Nobody's ever going to see it. And that is the nice thing. But if you're live and you start playing, then everybody can hear it immediately. So you better play good, right? I don't mean that, right? I don't mean that as advice for you. I mean that is the kind of thought, that is the kind of logic that is behind that. Obviously try it, right? I mean, maybe don't go out there if you have no practice, but if you are somebody who has practiced a long time and you have done your own songs or song covers or whatever, and maybe even some people have said, hey, have listened to them and been like, hey, this is pretty nice. Try it. If you get the chance, try it. Do it. But even if that ends up being like a stupid gig and nobody is there, or I don't know, if you play in like a back room somewhere and just like a handful of friends and whatever is listening to it, like friends of the band members, like we had it in episode 1, just try it, okay? If it sucks, you can always improve on it, and if it doesn't, then you already have your first feedback and your first like little confidence boost going on. But yeah, we went through this. Love the paper mache kind of the paper mache kind of comedy. I do like how she's getting in on her head and really how relatable that is on so many levels. And she does need somebody like that, right? Who just takes her along. Very interesting, inspiring background art. All of these little shots, right? Something like that is amazing. Right? That's a great shot. It's not an open shot. It's a very close, narrow range, but this is the intention, right? So it's a great shot. That too. Good job. Good job on all of that. Right, let's get into it. Alright, the box. We gotta get rid of that box, okay? We gotta get rid of that box. Yeah, next one. I'm just gonna watch it. If this is your first time here, pip in the description down below, probably. And edit it right here, reaction. Choose your mode, and then game start. Holy shit, that was cringe. Right. Bocchi the Rock episode. Oh, hey, Doggo. Bocchi the Rock episode 2 starts in a 3, a 2, a 1. Doggo! And somebody was shopping. Alright. What do you get? What do you get? Wait. Ice bath? What? Why? You're gonna fall. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? There being a snail or Godzilla. Holy shit, I didn't even see that. I'm so blind. Ooh. World upside down, right? Drowning upside. The guitar looks really sick. Like the black one. And it's her father's, right? Holy shit, Dad. Oh, different color. Okay, explain, please. Alright, please, thank you, thank you.
家族以外からの路員に浮かれてやってきたのはいいものの
You really made it in society.
たらなんでこいつ的な目で見られるだろうし
Don't beat yourself up that much, but you chill your life. Also, they still had a guitarist, right? Another one.
5分あと5分経ったら絶対入ろう
It's gonna be harder.
15分経ったら絶対何してるんだろう待ってもうちょっと見てたい
They're like, let me watch this.
ということで第1回結束バンドメンバーミーティング開催します拍手パチパチパチパチパチパチ
Yeah, I knew this was coming. Pachi, pachi, pachi.
思えば全然仲良くないから何話せばいいかわかんないや身も蓋もないそんな時のためにこんなものいいね
But Bungie, what do you mean? Ooh, okay.
学校の話略して学校バナはいどうぞそういえば2人とも同じ学校さあ島か2人とも家が近いから選んだぼっちちゃん修学校でしょ家ここら辺じゃないのあいや県外で片道2時間です2時間なんで
But nobody knew me. I fucking knew it.
すみません高校でも基本一人なもので楽しい浮かれたお話一つも提供できなくてりょうもねそんな友達いないしりょうさんは私と同類なんだ
No, don't say that. Don't say that. This is my sentence.
いや違う
No, she's not. Alright.
好きな人だ
She enjoys being alone. She's like,
無償は一人で服屋入れないしぼっちと一人好きの間には決して埋めることのできない深く大きな溝が
loner by choice. Loner not by choice.
ぼっちちゃん会話を楽しもうよ
What's there to enjoy?
次は好きな音楽の話
Okay, that's cool.
言葉な私はねメロコアとかいわゆるジャパニーズパンクかな
Okay, cool.
この歌謡とか
Techno.
サウジアラビアのヒットチャートはそこ嘘つかない本当だもんぼっちちゃんはその
Rude.
コンプレックスを刺激する歌以外なら何でも説明しよ
Explain, please.
う激する歌とは夏とか青い海花火
Oh, okay. All the things that a social gather. Okay, I feel it.
キラキラにコーティングされた爽やかな歌のことである
Avoidance.
うつうつとしてくるけど好きなバンドが学生時代から人気者なんて知ったら
And then they're not there.
遠い存在に思えちゃったりしておーいお願い人は負け犬が歌うから心に響くのであって成功者が歌えばそれはもうロックとは言わないみんな結束してよ結束バンド初ライブはインストだったけど次はボーカル入れたいんだ
So we're looking for a
逃げたギターの
vocalist.
子が歌うはずだったんだけど逃げたギターの子私と同じコミュ障だったのかないや違う
Wishful thinking.
逃げることもできない私は歌下手だしぼっちちゃんはってだよね
No dice, even if she can sing.
フロン ントマンまでしたら私のワンマンになってバンドを潰してしまう。その湧き出る自信は何？羨ましい。
It's like I'm too good.
そうだ、ボーカル見つけたら曲も作ろうよ。りょう作曲で
Yeah, easy peasy. We just do it tomorrow.
私小中9年間休み時間を図書室で過ごしつ
I mean,
の布石2時間
no, it wasn't. But I think she'd make a good like writer.
次はノルマの話。堂々と流された。ノルマというのはバンド側にはライブハウス側から集客を保証するためのチケットノルマが課せられていて、
Alright, fair enough. We're getting explained how it
ライブ
works.
ハウスとバンド側で分け合うんだけど、ノルマ分集客できない場合、その分自腹で払わないといけないんだ。
Oof.
売れるまでめちゃくちゃお金いる。昨日のライブは私の友達が結構来てくれたからチケットはけたんだけど、あの出来じゃ2回目は来ない。りょうは友達いないから集客当てにできないし、ぼっちちゃんはごめ
Don't.
ん、大丈夫。
Yeah, forgot I asked.
イマジナリーフレンドならたくさんいるのにな。必要だからノルマ代、機材代もろもろ稼ぐためにバイトしよう。
Alright, so we do some part-time work, I guess.
バイト今日一声出たね。絶対嫌だ。働きたくない、怖い。社
Too
会
scared.
がお母さんが私の結婚費用に貯めてくれてて、これでどうかバイトだけは。私たちを鬼にする気？大事に使わせていただかない。
Thank you.
使えないから。
Holy shit. She's such a bundle of.
絶対こうなって、こうなって。
お客様に不快感を与えたでしょうで、死刑を求刑する。死刑。
Bro sleeping on the left.
おちちゃん、
With the Bocchi. Hello.
ごめんなさい。何の話を。ぼっちもここでバイトする。
Yes.
私もりょうもいるから怖くないよ。アットホームで和気あいあいとした職場です。ドリンクスタッフとか働きたくない、働きたくない。どうかな。
I mean, it's your best chance.
自分断るんだ。
Oh, she's gonna say yes because she feels inclined to.
あります。本当ありがとう。ごめんね。
Social pressure.
断る勇気があるならコミュ障してない。それとバンドの経費は私が管理するね。りょうさんに預けた方がいいんじゃ。どういう意味じゃ。
That you were there yet?
りょうはこう見えてめちゃくちゃお金遣い荒いの。お金持ちでお小遣いたくさんもらってるけど、楽器につぎ込むから常に金欠だよ。てれ、どこが褒め言葉に聞こえた？
He's like, please stop. I can only be so proud of my bad behavior.
バイト来週からね。ぼっち、バイバイ。
Love how they just made it out amongst themselves.
そのバイト初日が明日。
I still don't know why the ice bath.
もうさ、
You do that after the thing.
絶対に風邪ひいたよね。
Oh, she wants to.
すみません。
She wants to
バイ
get.
ト以外は
Of
数えま
course.
すので。お母さん沈んでる。
I love how she's so straightforward that she wants to actually get sick instead of just saying she is sick. Did she make it?
丈夫な体が憎い。もうこうなったらいっそ仮病を。
You can't do that.
おはよう。今日はバイト初日だね。不安だろうけどちゃんとフォローするから一緒に頑張ろう。バイトをパックれようとしている私にこんな温かい言葉を。自分がいかに愚かなことをしていたか気づきました。気づかせてくれて、私をまっとうな人間にしてくれて本当にありがとうございます。
What the fuck is she yapping about?
何の話？ついちゃった。
Oh, Bocchi. What are we gonna do with you?
ぼっち頑張れ。ぼっち頑張れ。
She's gonna stay there for like 15 minutes again until they come. Oh, it's her sister.
スタッフさん、怪しまれてる。誤解を解かないと。
そっちが落ち着け。新しいバイトの子か。なら最初からそう言いなよ。
すみません。
ここの店長だからよろしく。
よろ ろしくお願いします。ちょっと怖い。苦手なタイプ。
She's not scary at all, but okay.
っていうか段ボールに入ってライブしたギターの子じゃん。確かマンゴー仮面。
新しいあだ名。店長さん好き。マンゴー仮面です。お姉ちゃんも適当なあだ名つけないでよ。西香ちゃんのお姉様。前に説明したよ。ほらスターリー来るときに。
She didn't pay attention at all.
っていうか店の上のマンションに私ら家族が住んでて、心臓バクバクで聞いてなかった。そうでした。そういうことなので、だからそんな緊張しないでいいよね、お姉ちゃん。
ここでは店長って呼べ。あと仕事に市場を挟むな。
怖がらせないでよ。それ終わったら拭き掃除を。ってあれ、ポッチちゃんは？
She can mop the floor.
すいません、暗くて狭いところで一息つきたくて。一息つくの早っ。こっちでドリンク覚えよっか。トニックウォーターはここから、ビールはこのサーバーね。覚えられない。
Breathe.
歌にして体に覚え込ませるしかない。怖い。
楽しそうですね。
してくれるのは嬉しいけど、ギター置こうか。
あれ、上手ですね。
怖くなってきちゃったから。
ニジカは止めるのに必死で気づいてないみたいだけど、この演奏の感じどっかで。仕事しろ。
なんで私？
Because you.
されたドリンク注いで渡すだけだから。1杯500円ってそもそもなんでワンドリンク制なんだろう。そんなあからさまにボってるみたいな顔しないで。実はライブハウスは一応飲食店扱いなんだよ。ライブできる場所ってだけで営業許可取るのってすごく難しいんだって。
I can imagine, yeah.
だからドリンクを提供して、あくまで飲食店としてお店開くんだって。
Yeah, also drinks make a lot of money, right? You have a...
いつの間にかハードルの高い飲食店バイトデビューまで果たしていたとは。私成長してる。
You're barkeeper now. There you go.
いつの間にかお客さん入ってきたね。ぼっちちゃん、今から忙しくなるよ。
She's gonna wilt. Yeah, of course she's gonna wilt.
いきなり接客開始。お日柄もよくご来店いただき。
Patronizing.
せめて一回予行練習を。いや、待って。終了しちゃった。すみません、コーラください。はーい。ぼっちちゃんコーラ。あ、はい。ぼっちちゃん、お客さんに失礼でしょ。心の準備が。ライブハウスのダークな雰囲気が失われていく。結局何も成長などしていなかった。ぼっちちゃん、見て。お、
どうもアレキサンディズムです。
What's that name?
いいんだよね。力抜いて大丈夫。ライブ始まったら暇になるから。お疲れ。店長が代わってくれた。今日のバンドはどれも人気あるし、勉強になるから見とけって。うちのお姉ちゃんあれなの。チュン。すみません。戦力にならないどころか、お客さんと目も合わせられなくて。これ使う？マンゴーじゃないけど。使わない。大丈夫。今日は初日なんだし、すぐ慣れるって。
I mean, at least you make the drinks.
ミジンコ以下にどうしてそんな優しくしてくれるんですか？私ね、このライブハウスが好きなの。いい箱だったって思ってもらいたいって気持ちがいつもあって。
No, you still didn't explain.
そんな場所でどう下手な接客を。いや違う、そうじゃなくて、私ぼっちちゃんにもいい箱だったって。
That includes you.
楽しくバイトして楽しくバンドしたいの。一緒に。
You're part of the team now.
ま、いつかは笑顔で接客できるようになってほしいのもあるけど。始まるよ。
Alright, let's see.
会場が一体になって、お客さんも演者も楽しそう。それに比べて私のライブは。
Yeah, I mean,
お客さんは2000円も払って見に来てるんだよね。
it's not very expensive.
今の私のままじゃ、次もグダグダなライブをするんだろうな。少しずつでも変わる努力をして、一緒に楽しくしたい。すみません、オレンジジュース。はい。
She looked down, but she didn't disappear. Progress.
笑顔でお客さんの目を見て接客
Come on, you can do it. I believe.
お客さんの目を見て接客ありがとう
It was amusing. That's all that it. It's nice, it's nice.
すごいカウンターからちゃんと顔を出して接客できたねあ、頑張りましたぼっちちゃんのおかげできっと今日のライブがもっと楽しい思い出になったよぼっちちゃんも一歩前進だね一歩一歩
Bocchi, your imagination is...
10歩くらい進んだつもりだった
Yeah, I mean... You can see it that way if you want to.
じゃあ今日はお疲れ。
バイバイあ、お疲れ様でした
Sounds better though.
もう少ししたら帰るぼっちちゃんあ、はいまたねあ、はいまた明日バイト意外とやっていけそうな気がする明日も頑張るぞ
And now you got a cold.
頑張ってたねそうだねそれにまた明日って言ってくれたね
Progress.
含めてよかったよねぼっちちゃんにロインしとこ明日も頑張ろうって今頃熱が
One
協力してくれてる
step at a time.
あとは新しいボーカルを
A vocalist. And we are at the karaoke place, I guess.
私
Outgoing too, okay. We didn't meet her. She keeps getting teased. I wonder if that is her singing. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it sounds like it could be. Limits can be overridden with experience. I like that. I'm not a music nerd, so I don't know half of what they're singing, but it's fine. I get the sentiment. Yeah, no, I'm a stay blind, okay? I'm not gonna read what's on there. Another episode of Bocchi, another fun episode, and also anxiety-filled episode, of course. And she got sick at the end. Holy shit, of course she is. But she made the positive experience beforehand. So now she's like, ah, oh, damn, I'm sick. This is gonna look terrible. And obviously we're gonna have anxiety about then the next time they meet up again. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I got sick like the day after I made progress and helped you out. I only helped you out one day. I'm so sorry. And they're gonna be like, it's fine, okay? Look, it's fine. It was your first day. You were a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe you got unlucky. 大丈夫です. But this is not how she's gonna see it. She's gonna be super worried before they make up, and everything's gonna be alright, probably. And then we're hopefully gonna meet Kita, because holy shit, stop teasing. Alright, let's go through it, shall we? Cute little get it on screen right here. Cute little corgi, or it doesn't look like an Inu, Shiba Inu, but it could be. It looks more like a corgi for me, but I mean, same difference. And this, I was like, why are you doing this? But yeah, I mean, kind of. The dog is like, why? What are you doing? And the sister's also, she's like, Mom, my sister's behaving very strange. Can you get her checked out? I thought it was a sports thing, right? Because I thought it was a sports thing, right? Because in like sports, you after you've done your performance and whatever, to get better recovery, you're going into an ice bath, because that's supposed to kind of just get your entire system going, right? Good for your like muscles, good for your immune system. Although other people are like, okay, I don't believe in that shit. I rather relax my muscles with hot water or warm water or whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of sports players do that, especially in soccer, for example. I think in football as well. So yeah, she's going in there and will like What? But yeah, apparently. Let me read that. Hi there, hello, thank you, thanks for everything today. You saved our butts. Yeah, all right. Gratitude. Let's have talk about our future. Okay, and she's like already being anxious about it, being like, oh, they're gonna look at me. They're gonna be like, this was terrible, and we're not gonna do. I'll wait 5 minutes. I wait 10 minutes. Once you start deciding to wait, you're never gonna pass the right moment to go in there. So she's just standing around there. And Rio is like, I want to watch it a little bit longer and see what happens. I do absolutely love her. Also this, what the hell? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Bloop, bloop, blob. That little blob here. I love that. And then she realizes. They saw her. But yeah, well, I didn't quite get that immediately, but we apparently rolled the dice, and bungee jumping is an option. Great. Yeah, and they talk a little bit about school, and she's like, I have no friends, this is not like... And she's going in constant states of like, normal depression, and they try to hold her up. It's really funny, but also kind of true, right? It's like, there are people out there who... They work like that on an emotional level, and it's holy shit, it's difficult because you don't want them to be in a depressive state, right? It doesn't feel good to be in a depressive state. And she's like, I said, like, don't say it. She's like me for real. But she actually enjoys it. She's like, I like being alone. Yeah, making assumptions, but you should tone down a little bit on that. And she avoids all songs that are about happy times and socializing and whatever, because then she's getting into that depressive state. And now we know a little bit more about Bocchi. We do know that she's not the loner type of guy who's like, I'm fine being an introvert, but she's actually longing to be not introverted. Which is even harder, I would assume, because I was always the kind of type who is like, I like to say like extroverted introvert, right? I do not have a problem talking to people for the most part. Sometimes I feel a little bit awkward, or I'm like, I'm really not feeling the situation, right? But it's not because I get anxious. It's more like because I don't really know what to do or talk about. And that's like my main reason why I am not feeling like being in social situations all that often. Because I do have a lot of stuff going on in my own little internet world, and aside from that, like obviously university, I don't have a big problem talking to other people. So I'm more like, I don't mind talking to other people, but first of all, it drains my social, like my social batteries, and second of all, it's oftentimes I'm bored. I'm getting bored, right? If I'm like in a social situation, I'm like, yeah, whatever, right? 20 minutes, okay, I'm out of here. But she's really longing for that, right? Longing for that connection. Yeah, and she already, see, that's the thing. She's thinking too hard about these things. She's like, oh, maybe that member who ran away was exactly like me. And she's like, no, she couldn't have been like me. She wouldn't have even been able to run away. It wouldn't have been brave enough to run away. Thinking too hard, but she's thinking too hard. She's like, I would be too good as a vocalist. I am. I suspect that it's actually the opposite, but we'll have to see. Maybe she just doesn't fit into the band image in terms of the vocals. Maybe she has just very dark vocals, which are also good in some situations. And she's like, and you can write some seriously edge-filled lyrics. She's like, why me? What? But I think it's a great idea. I think Bocchi would actually be good at writing lyrics, right? Because there's a lot going on in her head. And if she just kind of trains herself a little bit on prose, she can actually really get some shit going, I think. And that's really cool. I think she would definitely make for a good musical writer and guitarist, right? Maybe not a good vocalist. Even if she was good with her vocals, obviously there's this added pressure of anxiety towards the person who not only has to play the guitar well, but also has to sing well. So this might not be anything for her, at least not anytime soon, right? Never say never. And we got explained a little bit how the gigs work, right? You bring in a quota. If you fulfill the quota, it's all fine, right? And everybody, more people who come, like the money they pay, it gets split. Probably the club is going to take a higher percentage than that, and you only get a small one. Other than that, it's basically that. Basically, if not enough people come, you have to pay the rest out of pocket, because the club is expecting to have at least a certain amount of like income on that day, which makes perfect sense. But she's like, nah, I can't do customer service. Hell nah. Hell nah. And we do have this element, which I actually wanted to... It's ridiculous, right? She's like, death sentence, whatever, defendant. And it's not that extreme. Nobody thinks like that. But it goes in the same direction. People who are prone to depression, people who are very negative and have anxiety, they tend to catastrophize all the situations, right? They tend to make the situations in their head, right, the scenarios they spin of what could happen, be a lot worse, right? A lot more intense and a lot worse than it actually is. And that is an actual thing that a lot of the people who have anxiety have going on. And that makes it very hard, because for them, in some cases, it's even a self-fulfilling prophecy, if you think about it, because you do believe everything is going to be terrible if you mess up. So you're super nervous, and then something happens and you mess up, and in your perception, the degree to which you mess up is a lot higher, right? And since you already have expectations as to what is going to happen if you mess up, your perception of what's happening is getting skewed into the negative even more. So you might have just smiled a little bit weirdly, and like that person in that situation, she later on that we have in the show, she was kind of laughing to herself a little bit. In a bad situation where she wouldn't have been encouraged by her friends, by her new friends, maybe this would have been her being like, oh my god, she laughed about me because she thought I was doing such a terrible job, and maybe she even like, right, she's gonna post about it on the internet. It's stupid, but this is the way we think sometimes if we're in that vicious cycle of anxiousness. So it's really true to life in a way, right? This monochrome, like they turn like this is threatening for her in the moment where she's like, oh yeah, you can work at our place, it's gonna be fine, we're gonna be here. And she's like, no, what if I disappoint them, and then they're gonna want to be looking at me again, and I can't be in their band anymore because I mess up, because they think I'm useless. And all of that is going on inside of her head all the time. Also, you get checked out. No, this is a winner mindset, actually. Somebody says something to you in a demeaning way, will be like, oh yeah, you throw out all of your money. You're like, oh, stomp, you're gonna make me blush. You'll be like, holy shit. Positive mindset. Just take it as a compliment, right? It's kind of like some of us, I do. You know that you were watching. If you know, right? If you're internet personality, or if you're somebody who's like very active on the internet, very much an introvert, you know what that's like when somebody's saying something to you that is supposed to be in a way like, this isn't great or this isn't good, right? You never go out, you only sit in your room, and you're like, right? I know. Or the thing I can think of is the most is like, you're degenerate. Some people take it as an absolute compliment if you tell them that, right? Even if it's most of the time not meant as that. Either it's meant in a way of like, holy shit, dude, I can't believe it. Or it's meant in a way that is actually demeaning, right? One of them is neutral and amused, and the other one is demeaning, but none of them is a compliment. But people take it as a compliment. They pride themselves in that sometimes. Which, I mean, that is also a way, right? If you're a social outsider, oftentimes, this is a way to deal with being a social outsider and being like ostracized, discriminated, or at the very least, mostly ignored and looked down upon by people. you have the same with like with different ethnicities, for example, when it comes to like Black Americans or whatever, the N-word, it got repurposed over time within their own community as something positive, right? Talking to one another and calling each other that is just as if calling a friend, right? Within your own community, like if you are part of the community. But in the same way, right? A word that had a negative connotation can be turned around to have a positive connotation within your own community. And when like weeps are calling each other degenerate, it's oftentimes meant in a very like at the very least playful and half complimenting way, right? Not entirely, but it's like a term you throw around, and the other one is like, yeah, I know, and I'm proud of it. But yeah. And she wants to get herself a cold, right? She does all the things that are supposed to get you a cold. By the way, it's not being in the cold outside or wherever, or getting a cold wind blown on you when you're wet that gets you cold, right? It's bacteria, obviously, right? Bacteria or viruses or whatever. What gets you the cold is your immune system being weakened by that stuff. At least temporarily. I mean, we do even know that sports, if you do sports like high strenuous activity, your immune system is shortly weakened. The only, like, the positive thing about sports, for example, though, is that after you've done it, right, when you are in the rest phase, like, your immune system is gonna go up, right? All of the, like your entire immune system is gonna be activated more. And over time, this is a good thing for you. But if you're, for example, a marathon runner, it is very hard, because if you keep running a marathon or similar distances and you constantly do that, you are actually weakening your immune system to a degree that maybe in between it doesn't get enough rest, depending on how often you do it. So this is a health risk for people who are doing marathon, triathlon, whatever. But yeah, It says a lot about her that she has been trying to actively actually become sick, rather than just calling in and being like, I'm sick, I'm sorry. Right? That tells you a lot about what kind of person Bocchi is, and how she's not like a slacker, is like, I don't care about other people, I don't care about all of that shit. Like, she's actually... She needs to find an actual excuse, even if she causes it herself, instead of just lying and making something up. So she's an honest sort. We do know that. And she's like, what the fuck is she yapping? Yeah. She's a slug. In the intro of the slug, this is the impression you get. Holy shit, she's melting. But yeah, the little sister, the big sister, who is a little bit standoffish, but actually nice if you get to know her. Right? She's like, wait a second, you're the guitarist in the box. Hey, I know it. I knew it. And then, what did she say? Like, what's your name, Masked Monk? And she's like, new nickname? Oh, I love her, right? She goes from, oh no, I can't stand people like her. I can't do with her. And then she's like, oh, you called me a nickname? Oh, it's so cute. It's so sweet. And she wasn't paying attention there when she mentioned her sister, but yeah. Well, slowly we're getting there, right? She's serving drinks and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And she's learning it with a song. She's like, holy shit, let's do it. And the sister actually kind of low-key recognizes her. And like, not actually as Guitar Hero, but she recognizes that this is like something she has heard before. So, and she would know, right? Because she's running a music club. But yeah, I can believe that with the licenses, actually, with like the drinks. And also, you're making like a huge profit margin with drinks. Like, if you ask in restaurants or bars or whatever, what is the thing you make the most money with? It's 90% of the time it's drinks. Because for drinks, you can like, it's not very expensive, but you can take a higher profit margin for each drink. And they're gonna add up, especially if you're like on a concert and people are drinking because they're moving and sweating. So yeah. Drinks are gonna make a ton of money. Is probably one of the main things why they can actually keep up their thing, because they certainly can't keep up their complete running costs with just music bands having gigs and whatnot. And yeah, and of course she's gonna get the karma. First of all, we're gonna talk about this. Really great that she's like, they put their trust in me, right? I do feel like, even if it's just little by little, I want to change myself, so I can actually be proud of myself and stand next to them and be like, here, look, right, I'm doing something. If I've stayed the way I am, I'm gonna keep giving them the same lame concert every time. So I gotta change a little part of myself to get the ball rolling to eventually be at the place where I want to be, which is, yeah, this is how you do it. And she brings the most awkward smile, but see what happened? Nothing happened, right? The customer was a little bit amused. She was like, right? And she's still like a teenager, right? So she's like, how cute. And then she's gonna turn around, and she made the moment, like the evening, more memorable. She might be telling that story, like there was this really nice girl. She was so shy. Yeah, I mean, this is a positive experience for a customer. They don't want me afraid, or not afraid. They wouldn't be like mad at something like that. That's more amusing, because it's like, hey, maybe I've had a moment in my life where I felt the same way. Maybe my first job or whatever, right? Something like that. She's like, one step, it felt like 1,000 to me. But hey, you gotta see it on the positive side, right? If that step felt like 1,000, you just did 1,000 steps. Holy shit, look. And anything that's less than that, it's gonna be a breeze. And anything that's more than that, you're gonna be able to work your way up to it. But yeah, we're gonna say goodnight. And she's super happy, and she's like, I'm gonna do the same tomorrow. And nope, you're not. Nope, you're not. Oh, you're sick. Got the karma for trying to skip. But you know, it's gonna be fine, okay? But we know that next time this is gonna be a huge point of anxiety for her, that she disappointed her friends on the second day. That was Bocchi the Rock, episode 2. Very interesting, a lot to talk about. I do love if we have a lot to talk about it. If you do like my videos, you know where the likes are, you know where the subscribe button is, right? If you want to see more Bocchi, if you want to see more other stuff, Monster, Jujutsu Kaisen, other stuff, check that out. Discord, Patreon, links in the description down below. And I'll see you on the next video.